Coming up on this month's edition of The Now, students are shaving their heads for St. Baldricks, a highlight of the dance and science bowl teams, and your Husky sports update. Good morning, Huskies, and welcome to this month's edition of The Now. From your Advanced Media Lab, I'm Julia Shanahan.
And I'm Alex Gray. Now that it's March, many students are getting ready to brave the shade for our annual St. Baldricks event during Spring Week. We go to Jayla Butler with the story.
Every year, Spring Week brings some of the most celebrated traditions at North. From the spring dance to air band, there's something for everyone to enjoy. During the spring assembly, another tradition is recognized, St. Baldricks. Students volunteer to raise money and shave their heads in order to support childhood cancer research. The students that raise the most money will shave their heads live at the assembly on March 17th. Of course, none of this would be possible without our brave student volunteers. We caught up with some of the participants to hear their thoughts leading up to the big day.
Main reasons that I decided to do St. Baldricks. One of them was because my little cousin, who's 3, had cancer and now he's in remission, but it's just a really important cause to me and my whole family. I'm excited to see what my bald head looks like.
Well, my sister Shannon shaved her head when she was a freshman, and I saw how it positively impacted her life, so I thought it would be a smart decision to also shave my head. Excited for swimming and water polo. I put my hair in a cap, and I'm excited for how easy it will be. I feel like me doing St. Baldricks will help other people realize that you can do a small thing to make a big difference, and that you can have any impact you want on the world.
What made me want to shave my head was my grandmother passed away because of cancer. And St. Baldricks is such a great charity of how much they give to other people that are going through hard times. So I thought it would be the least I could do is shave my head for them and raise money. My goal last year was $1,500, and then this year was $2,000. St. Baldricks gives a lot to people that are struggling in bad situations, so I think this will really just help them in general of raising the money and just getting their word spread out there.
So far, North has raised over $9,000, but there's still time to support the mission. Visit stbaldricks.org for more details. From the North Star, this is Jayla Butler. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Jayla, and don't forget to donate to a great cause.
And now we have a word from our sponsor.
Hi, welcome to Turco's Deli. Our goal is to bring to Naperville and the surrounding communities the foods and the recipes that our parents and grandparents made for us. Come into Turco's and bring home food from our store and put it on your table. You want it to taste like it was homemade, came right out of your oven.
It has not gone unnoticed that the dance team made District 203 history a few weeks ago, but the NNHS Science Bowl team has also qualified to compete at a national level competition in DC coming this April. We go to Chris Colai for the story.
This is Sadie Bramlett of the NNHS dance team, and this is Kelvin Lee of the NNHS Science Bowl team. What exactly do they have in common? The dance team became the first team in District 203 history to reach the final round of competition at state, and the Science Bowl is on their way to compete at the national level. Both are fantastic accomplishments, but is recognition being given to where it is due? And how exactly did they get to where they are? When they weren't practicing for the next football game, the dance team perfected and took their routine Glory down to state with them this January.
We just really made sure that we cleaned it and broke everything down so that we all looked as similar as we possibly could.
Please help me welcome to the floor, Naperville North High School.
The routine at the IHSA State Finals in Bloomington earned the team a spot in the final round of the competition for the first time in District 203 history.
And our final team, dancing us for us tomorrow, make some noise for Naperville North! Congratulations once again to our top 12 finalists!
Placing 12th in state as well as making District 203 history, it didn't take long for the congratulations to start to pour in.
Typically, the dance team is cheering for other teams, the basketball team, the football team.
So when we made it to state and did so well at state, it was really awesome, all the great recognition and support we got from the school.
Overall, like this year especially, we've definitely been given the recognition I think that we deserve.
As the dance team builds on its very first state finals placing, the NNHS Science Bowl team is preparing to compete at the national level in Washington, D.C., a feat that went under the radar for many. Science Bowl has a buzz-in Jeopardy-like format, except the questions are highly competitive and challenging.
Correct. Toss-up threes in physics, short answer. What is the name for the specific solution to the Einstein vacuum field equations that describes an uncharged rotating black hole?
B, Captain.
Care?
That is correct.
Sure. So a typical team practice for us generally consists of running through sets of questions that the Department of Energy provides, and we'll generally have 2 teams there at each practice, and so we'll just do a face-off competition.
We're still practicing once a week, but I think what's more important is us studying our own topics, because at this point we all know how like the game works. It's like a buzzer style competition, so actually practicing isn't that useful. So what's more important is gaining more knowledge so we can buzz in and get more questions.
Having countless successful activities at Naperville North can make it hard to keep up with all the accomplishments, but these 2 organizations are proving that there is more than meets the eye. From the North Star, I'm Chris Colai.
Thanks, Chris, and congratulations on both teams for a job well done.
We now go to Maddie Krebs with our monthly sports update.
Thanks, guys. What's up, Naperville North? Welcome back to your monthly sports update. This past month has been a big one for Husky sports, as many different teams achieved very impressive feats. First, boys swim and dive took 9th place at their state competition, tying Naperville Central. Junior Horace Chow placed 6th in the 100-meter butterfly and 5th in the 200-meter IM. 2 relays also placed in the top 10, and senior diver Zach Richards placed 8th in the diving final. Also, Naperville North added another state championship to this year's tally, this one coming from our table tennis team. The team clinched the state title by beating the Illinois Math and Science Academy 7-2 to advance to finals, and then defeating Loyola in 15 matches 8-7. Finally, boys basketball had an incredibly successful regular season. The team finished with a record of 21-5, hitting a 15-game win streak and beating teams both inside their conference and out. Some of the most notable wins include their 66-38 blowout of Neuqua Valley, the 40-31 and 62-41 routs of crosstown rival Naperville Central, and the overtime upset of Evanston, led by senior Yusuf Marabet's 20 points off the bench. What an exciting month for Husky sports, and we can't wait to see what successes our spring sports give us. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Maddie. And that's all for this month's edition of The Now. Be sure to follow the North Star on Instagram and Twitter, and pick up our newsletter, The Little Dipper. From the North Star, this has been Julia Shanahan.
And Alex Gray. Have a great day, Huskies, and we'll see you next time.